Let's discuss chapter 12, the lymphatic system. Our the lymphatic system class is much like the blood vessel system, the cardiovascular system. No? The only difference is instead of blood, in lymphatic system, what is flowing there is not blood, ha? It's what we call fluid or lymph. No? What is lymph or what's that fluid that flow through our lymphatic system? Mostly water. They are also it also contains fats. It also contains proteins, and most importantly, in those fluid class, there are a body's our body's defense. There are white blood cells that is flowing in there. All right. So again, lymphatic system is just like cardiovascular system, but instead of blood, what is flowing in the lymphatic is the fluid called lymph, and those lymph or those fluid are composed of water, no, white blood cells, defense yun eh. What else? Proteins and then fats. All right. The lymphatic system class has two parts. Later on, there's a diagram for this. The lymph vessels, no, the branching vessels that runs throughout the body, and the lymphoid tissues and organs. There are major organs and there are minor organs or tissue which compose of lymphoid cells, right, or lymphoid tissues. What else? Lymph these are the functions. There are three functions of lymphatic system. And what are those? First, it transports fluid back to the blood. Uh, what what kind of fluid are we referring to in this slide class? These are fluid that bathes between the cells of our body. To be exact, we call it interstitial fluid. Di ba? Di ba before I discussed to you the types of fluids in our cell. We have intracellular fluid. Ito yung fluid in the cytoplasm inside the cell. There is also extracellular fluid. The opposite of intracellular is extracellular. When you say extracellular, fluid outside the cell. And there are two types of fluid outside the cell. You have the blood and you have the interstitial fluid. Okay? Interstitial fluid is the fluid where uh, where the cells of our body are floating, for example. For example lang ha, I just want to point out that in between cells there are fluid called interstitial fluid. Okay? And this interstitial fluid goes into our lymphatic system. And once they go into our lymphatic system, they become the lymph. Okay? So that's the first function, transport fluid back to the blood. So the interstitial fluid in the tissues all over our body will be collected by the lymph, right? And it will be recycled back into the blood. And then from the blood, that lymph fluid, once they are already in the blood, they become now the plasma of the blood. Okay? Did you understand that, class? The fluid in the lymphatic system is called lymph. But when this fluid goes into the tissue, they become the interstitial fluid. No? I mean from the blood, no? From the blood, the watery part of the blood is called plasma. Again. From the blood, there is plasma, and plasma is the watery part of the blood. Those plasma will go into the tissue, and once they enter the tissue, in between the cells, they become the interstitial fluid. All right, and once the interstitial fluid goes into the lymphatic system, they now become the lymph. Right, plasma to interstitial fluid to lymph. Right? Nag-iiba lang yung terminologies. Once that fluid is in the blood, it is called plasma. Once the fluid is in the tissue in between cells, we call it interstitial fluid. And once that fluid is in the lymphatic system, we call it the lymph. Alright? So that's the first function. Transport fluid back to the blood. Because it's just being recycled eh. From the blood plasma to the interstitial fluid in the tissue, to the lymphatic system. Paikot-ikot lang, no? Pag na-imagine ninyo. That's the first part. No? Transport fluid back into the blood. Next, play essential role in the body's defense, resistance, and diseases. Because class, in the lymphatic tissue and also in the lymphatic vessels, dun sa lymphatic system natin mismo, sa vessels, sa fluid itself, no? There are white blood cells. And you know white blood cells, they are in charge of our body's defense. Okay? And you know tonsils class, no? Tonsils, nababanggit ko na sa inyo yan before. Tonsil class is an example of lymphoid tissue. So it filters those pathogens, no? What else? Yung mga kulani in Tagalog. In English, you have the lymph node. In your seeing it, for example, in your armpit, no? In our neck, there are lymph nodes in there. And what's the function of the lymph nodes? Same thing, to filter the fluid, no? If in case there are pathogens in those fluid, they will be filtered out. And those pathogens will be destroyed by the white blood cell. And last function of lymphatic system is to absorb digested fat at the intestine. You have to understand, class, that once we eat food, for carbohydrates, there is no problem. For carbohydrates and protein, there is no problem because carbohydrates and proteins, once they are absorbed in the intestinal, in our intestine, enterocytes in our intestine, they will be absorbed directly into the bloodstream, into the blood capillary. You know capillary. We discussed that in our cardiovascular system. No, capillaries are there inside the villi of the intestinal wall. They absorb proteins and carbohydrates. That's correct. So protein and carbohydrates goes directly into the capillary and into the bloodstream. How about for fats? Class, no? Remember, fats and oil are non-polar, 'di ba? Blood is polar, so hindi ubra. And aside from that, fatty acids class are bigger compared to protein and carbohydrates. If you remember your biochemistry, no? For BSN. Kung naalala niyo yung biochemistry niyo, na-discuss yan eh. Right? Fatty acids are a bit big, so malaki sila, they won't enter into the capillary. Instead, the lymphatic system in the capillary will absorb the fats. And then from the lymphatic system, those fats will go into the thoracic duct, no, which is the biggest vessel of the lymphatic system. And then from the thoracic duct, no, from the left thoracic duct, back into the blood. All right? Unlike proteins and carbohydrates na direksyon na sa directly, they can go directly into the capillary, into the bloodstream, yung fats hindi. For the reason that it is big. Second is, it is non-polar. Alright? It must enter the lymphatic system first before it goes into the bloodstream. I hope you understand that. Alright, so we have a diagram here of the lymphatic system. Imagine, no? This is just like the cardiovascular system, the blood vessels. And also, it's like the, what do you call this? The nervous system. In a sense that there are branching vessels or pathways. Okay? So, lymphatic system is just like cardiovascular system, just like nervous system, in a way na it is composed of networks of pathways. No? So, ang tawag dyan sa mga networks na yan, nerve-like structure or blood vessel-like structure, we call it not blood vessels, but lymphatic vessels. This is where the fluid flow from the tissue to the rest of the body, from the blood to the tissue and back to the blood. So, ganun lang naman ang cycle ng lymph or ng fluid in the lymphatic system. From the blood plasma becomes the interstitial fluid, and then eventually it will be drained into the lymphatic system. Filter it by the lymph nodes for some pathogens and foreign particles, and then bring it back again into the bloodstream. That's just the function of lymphatic system. Paikot-ikot lang, cycle lang. Blood plasma, interstitial fluid, lymphatic system, back to the blood plasma. Then blood plasma goes into the tissue, becomes the interstitial fluid, and then goes back into the lymphatic system, filtering it, scanning it for pathogens, and then goes back to the blood. And then the blood plasma will just, uh, the cycle will just continue. Paikot-ikot lang siya. Nag-iiba lang ng term. Plasma, interstitial fluid, lymph. Plasma, interstitial fluid, lymph. Lymphatic system, blood vessel, interstitial fluid ng between cells. No? Paikot-ikot lang yan. And why is that? Ano bang meron sa plasma? Gaya ng sabi ko. What's in the plasma? Proteins, proteins, red blood, white blood cells, fats, no? Minerals also. They are dissolved in the blood plasma. So, kailangan ma-distribute yan throughout our body. And the lymphatic system take part of it, of distributing those nutrients, no? Like minerals, like fats. Alright? So, what can you see here in this diagram? There are, no? There are major organs. This cervical, axillary, thoracic, epitrochlear, abdominal, inguinal, and popliteal. These are just lymph nodes. These are lymph nodes. While this thoracic duct and right lymphatic duct, these are the largest vessels of the lymphatic system. Meaning, all the water, all the fluid in the body is being drained into this large lymphatic vessels back into the blood. All right. Okay, so highlight in this slide class are the major organs of the lymphatic system. These are major organs. Those lymph nodes that I have mentioned earlier, tonsils, for example, Peyer's patch, no? Those are just minor organs or other organs of the lymphatic system. Highlighted in here, class, are the major organs. Like, for example, the thymus, no? Which is located here in our chest cavity. It produces the T lymphocytes. Lymphocytes class are white blood cells. They are in charge of our body's defense. The spleen is located here, no, in our left side of the abdomen, upper left side of the abdomen, which contains the lymphocytes also to fight pathogens. And there is this another function of the spleen, and that is to recycle or to break down old red blood cells. Okay? Because red blood cells class have lifespan lang naman yan, no? So it has to be broken down, okay, to give space for the new red blood cells that are being produced in the bone marrow, right? Bone marrow also produces the B lymphocytes. T lymphocyte class is different from B lymphocytes. Later on, we have table comparing the two. What's T lymphocytes? What's B lymphocytes? What are they for? Later on the preceding slides. The point here is that these are the major organs of the lymphatic system: the thymus, the spleen, the bone marrow. What's the characteristic of the lymphatic system? Again, we have the lymph, which I mentioned earlier, the excess fluid carried by the lymphatic vessels. But originally, this lymph class is just the interstitial fluid, no? And once it goes to the blood, it becomes the blood plasma. What are the properties of the lymphatic vessels? No, the pathways wherein the limbs are flowing. No, it's a one-way system towards the heart. It's a one-way system towards the heart. It is not the lymph class is not it's not flowing because of the heartbeat, because of the pump. No, no. The lymph moves toward the heart through the milking action of the skeletal muscle, which I mentioned before class during our discussion of cardiovascular, no? Sabi ko sa inyo, blood vessels flows from the heart, no, to the rest of the body through the pumping of the ventricles, no? But the veins But the veins class, it returns the blood to the heart, not by the pumping of the heart, but due to the milking action of the skeletal muscle. I remember that, no? I hope you remember it also. Now, same thing with the veins. The lymph or the fluid in the lymphatic vessels, no? It moves up into the heart. It goes into the heart. It goes up into our chest cavity in the thoracic duct, no? Left and right thoracic duct, through the action of through the milking action of the skeletal muscle. When we move our body, no, it somehow compress those lymphatic system. So what happens to the fluid? It tends to move up. Okay? And another responsible for the movement of the lymph, of the fluid inside the lymphatic vessels, the lymphatic system, is the rhythmic contraction of the smooth muscle in the vessel wall. The lymphatic vessel class also has a smooth muscle in it, which is controlled by parasympathetic because it's a smooth muscle. No? So there is a rhythmic contraction so that the lymph will continuously move throughout our body, or from the body back into the blood. You remember class, no, our discussion in cardiovascular system. We discussed there the capillaries, no, the smallest blood vessels. Okay? Capillaries class, blood capillaries muna tayo ha. Blood capillaries class are embedded in the tissue. Alright? So because you know the purpose of that. So that the oxygen from the red part of the capillary will be delivered into the tissue. Okay? And then carbon dioxide from the tissue will go to the veins, the blue one. Or remember in our diagram of capillaries, no, in our diagram of blood vessels, they are red, represented by red color because it is oxygenated, and the blue one is deoxygenated. Right? Deoxygenated, meaning the blood there doesn't have oxygen because it is already delivered in the tissue. Okay? Now, embedded also in the tissue together with the blood capillary are the lymphatic capillaries. Nandyan din yan. Okay? And these lymphatic capillaries class, they absorb the interstitial fluid located in between cells of the tissue. Okay ba yan? So this is the structure of the lymphatic capillaries embedded in the tissue. And from the tissue, the interstitial fluid there, the interstitial fluid in the tissue will move towards the lymphatic capillaries, and from the lymphatic capillaries up to the thoracic duct, no? And from the thoracic duct, it will go into the bloodstream. Recycle lang, paikot-ikot lang. From the tissue, kaya nga sabi natin kanina, no, that the lymphatic system is just like the drainage system of our body. Ano lang yung napunta dyan? Fluid. Interstitial, becoming the lymph, from lymph, becoming the plasma becoming the interstitial, paikot-ikot. Alright? Alright, so another diagram of how the lymphatic vessel somehow is associated with the blood vessels. Alright? So these lymphatic capillaries are also there together with the blood capillaries. Okay? They are both embedded in the tissue. So once the interstitial fluid is absorbed in the lymphatic capillaries, it will go into this bean-like structure. This bean-like structure, we call it the lymph node. Okay ba yun? What does this lymph node do? Ano bang function niya? What's the function of the lymph node? They filter the fluid coming from the tissue. Okay ba yun? They filter it in case there are pathogens. Those pathogens or viruses or bacteria will be filtered and will be destroyed by the white blood cells in the lymph node. Yung lymph node kasi nating class, or in Tagalog we call it colonic. There are plenty of white blood cells in there. And you know white blood cells, they are there for our body's defense. Now, They are macrophages. They could kill those bacteria, engulf them, those viruses as well. Alright? So collects lymph from the lymph capillaries. So the lymph capillaries are there, embedded in the tissue together with the blood capillaries, and then they carry the lymph, the fluid, away from the lymph nodes back into the blood. To be exact, in the thoracic duct. No? All right. So lymphatic vessels again, just like what I mentioned, one of the main function of the lymphatic system is to collect those fluid and return those fluid to the circulatory veins near the heart. Okay, the the right lymphatic duct and the left thoracic duct. These are the two major vessels, big vessels of the lymphatic system. All the fluids will go in here, and from this right lymphatic to left thoracic duct, they will go into the bloodstream. Okay, repeating the cycle of filtering those fluid through our lymph nodes. Di ba? So parang sinasala lang niya yung fluid natin to make sure that there is no any pathogens like viruses and bacteria in there. That's why, class, our lymphatic system is tied up to our immune system. Okay? Alright, so eto na. What are those materials that are returned to the blood from the interstitial fluid to the lymph, to the blood? Water, for one, no? Blood cells, especially the white blood cells, and proteins. Alright? Yung fats, class, ano lang yun? Fats are just associated with the absorption in the intestine. In the villi class of our intestine, there are capillaries in there, blood capillaries. And aside from that, there are also lymph capillaries. And these lymph capillaries absorb the fats and bring it to the bloodstream. Okay? But for any other organs or part of the body that is not intestine, then materials are being recycled. And what are those materials? Water, blood cells, and protein. How does the fluid flow in the body? From the blood to the interstitial fluid, to the lymph, and back to the blood. And from the blood again, balikan na naman dito to the interstitial fluid, to the lymph, and back to the blood again. So it's just a continuous cycle of us filtering and screening for pathogens, which is being done by the lymph nodes and other major organs of the lymphatic system. Okay, why do we have to filter those interstitial fluid? Because there might be harmful materials in there, all right, which needs to be filtered out or destroyed. Like for example, bacteria, viruses, cancer cells, and other cell debris. When I say cell debris, class, these are the remains of those cells that died, those dead cells. It needs to be filtered out as well. Okay. Alright, so lymph nodes. It filter the lymph or the fluid. When I say lymph, think about it as a fluid. Filter lymph before it is returned to the blood to make sure that the blood is cleansed or clean. No? It contains dependent cells within the lymph nodes. Like for example, the macrophages that engulf and destroy the foreign substances by phagocytosis. If you remember class, no? Phagocytosis, endocytosis, no? And it also contains lymphocytes, which provides immune response to the antigen. When I say antigen class, antigen are the foreign substance in our body. Whenever there is a foreign substance in our body, our immune system will attack them. How will they attack them? They need lymphocytes to recognize that those antigens are foreign. When I say foreign, means not part of the body. Okay? When our body detected that there is a foreign substances, it will destroy it through lymphocytes and through other white blood cells. Madami yan in the immune system. Okay, another complete illustration of the lymph nodes and the lymphatic system. You can see there the spleen, the thoracic duct, and the lymphatic duct. those are the main, no, largest drainage or vessels. It is where the lymph is being drained papunta dyan sa dalawang yan, sa blue na yan, thoracic and lymphatic duct. And from there, it will go back to the blood vessel. In our arm class, near the brachial artery, there are lymph nodes in there, class, no? The bean-like structure, the lymph node. And this is the internal structure of the lymph node. It contains capillaries, of course, to supply the lymph node with nutrients. And you can also hear the afferent lymph vessel wherein the lymph enters, and there is this efferent lymph vessels wherein the lymph, the fluid goes out. The apparent goes in, efferent naman, the lymph fluid goes out. So what's in there? If you can see, class, there are lots of white blood cells, the T cells and the B cells, which are responsible for fighting off those unwanted materials like viruses and bacteria. Right? This is exactly the reason, class, why when we have infection, for example, when we have infection, when we have nilalagnat tayo, when we have fever, no, our lymph nodes tends to swell, namamaga siya. Meaning, it is actively doing its function of filtering and destroying those the cause of those inflammation or fever, or the cause of infection. All right? So you have to remember that whenever your lymph node is swelling, meaning to say your body is actively fighting off infection through those lymph nodes. So here is the comparison between B cells and T cells. It's very detailed. Basahin nyo na lang. You read it, no? What are B cells? Where is it? Formed? For B cells, it is bone marrow. For T cells, it's in the thymus. What's the main function? To produce the antibodies that could fight off those diseases, those pathogens. While the T cells naman, cell-mediated immunity, they directly attack the infected cell via phagocytosis, for example, like macrophages, no? The receptors, the end, the target, the memory cells, the role, the antigen recognition, or you just read all of this. Right? Comparison between B cells and T cells. Another structure class of the lymph node, the anatomy of the lymph node, the different parts of the lymph node is there. But earlier I only mentioned the capillaries, no, the B cells and T cells located inside the lymph node, the afferent and the efferent lymphatic vessels, efferent where the fluid goes in, efferent naman where the fluid or the lymph goes out. Okay? So yun lang yung aralin ninyo. While other parts of the lymph nodes, kahit hindi nyo na i-memorize yan. I will not include that in your exam. Another organs containing lymphoid tissues, class, are the spleen, the thymus, the tonsil, and the Peyer's patch. Like for example, the tonsil. You know that tonsil, we discussed it during respiratory and digestive as well. No? What's the function of the tonsil? Diba? To trap pathogens that are present in the bolus, in the food that we are eating, or in the air that we are inhaling. Syempre, it will still pass the tonsil. The thymus, it is where the white blood cells are being made. The spleen is where the red blood cells are being recycled, no, broken down. While the Peyer's patch, class, is located in the intestine but has the same function as the tonsillitis. The food that touches the Peyer's patch in the small intestine will be scanned or filtered, will be scanned for pathogens. And any pathogens in the intestine, like bacteria or viruses, will be destroyed by the white blood cells in the Peyer's patches. Same function lang yan ng tonsil. The spleen, I already mentioned it. It filters blood for old and dying red blood cells for recycling. You know, it destroys worn out bloods. It forms blood cells in the fetus. During the fetus, blood cells are being formed in the spleen, and it also acts as a blood reservoir. All right. So the thymus is another organ, no, of the lymphatic system. But it is very active during childhood, functions at peak levels only during childhood. And the function of this is to produce hormones like thymosin, for example, that activates lymphocytes. Lymphocytes class are white blood cells, so part of our body's defense pa din. Tonsils, you already know the function of this and the location of the tonsils. There are 3 tonsils plus side by side, and one at the base of our tongue. It traps and removes bacteria. Alam nyo na yan. We already discussed it before. Here's the location of the tonsil, of course. The pharyngeal tonsil, the palatine tonsil, and the lingual tonsil. A Peyer's patch class found in the intestinal wall, just same function as the tonsil. It traps those pathogens. Resembles tonsils in structure and also captures and destroy bacteria in the intestine, especially those harmful bacteria class. The mucosa class, no, you remember mucosa in our respiratory and digestive system. Mucosa class are lines, they lines, no, the cavities. And sometimes they also line those smooth muscle, like for example the large intestine, no, the esophagus. In our nasal cavity and paranasal sinuses, mucosa is also there that serves as a lining in those spaces, no, cavities. Now mucosa has this lymphatic tissue as well, right? They also have this white blood cells that fights off those pathogens in the mucus. You know the function of the mucus, for example, in our nasal cavity. Sometimes we inhale things, very, very small particles. Sometimes we even inhale airborne pathogens. No? And those lymphoid tissues in the mucosa lining, they produce white blood cells to fight off those foreign particles and pathogens. Okay? I think this is the last slide. No? Meron pa ba? Wala na. This will be the last slide. So lymphatic system class is just a just like a cardiovascular and nervous system. Yun nga lang, it is much more simple compared to the nervous and cardiovascular. Alright, that's why it is only composed of 22 slides. You review this lymphatic system together with the last 3 systems that we have discussed, the cardiovascular, the digestive, and then the respiratory. So we have 4 systems under finals, which will be part of your final examination. Okay? So I'll see you next week for the final